Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Perry. With me this week, all by his lonesome, because we couldn't, the other guy couldn't make it, unfortunately. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Eric's here.
You a big fine Perry, want you big ass August. Call me Big Daddy when you big ass August. Perry, you've been playing with big ass August.
The energy today is crazy. We've been drinking. We don't normally drink a bunch of coffee before we record, but it's always a really good energy that we
needed it. We needed it.
Yeah. Before we get too far, I want to say this up front, just because it's fresh on my mind. We just got done with the stream last night, but if you showed up to the live stream that I did on YouTube where we raised money for Eastern Kentucky flood relief, thank you so freaking much. Between the fundraiser that we did on the channel and with Eric on his Instagram as well, we raised about $2,000.
Yeah,
for the flood relief, which is just, it's incredible. And I know that there are so many different ways to give the Kentucky Bourbon benefit directly through Red Cross, stuff like that. The fact that you guys wanted to show up and do this, it meant a lot. It really did mean a lot. So we just, we appreciate the heck out of that. And
we do.
We're going to try not to. Thank you so much. We're going to try not to make you cry.
Nah, I mean, it's just, like I said before, it's like when something like this happens to like your hometown where you grew up. You see pictures and you're like, I can't even recognize that place. Like,
yeah,
it sucks. It makes me want to do what I can, but there's not much else I can do other than something like this. And it makes me proud to be part of this and proud to be part of the community that's part of the 10-bit family. And I don't know, it's just awesome. Yeah. It was awesome.
I mean, I streamed for an hour and a half, and just from that alone, we raised about $1,500. Yeah. So
crazy.
It's bonkers, and just thank you guys. Just thank you so much. What an incredible showing of love and support, not only for our home state, but just it's further proof that the bourbon community is the best community.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I just had to say that. Had to say it up front. But if you are here for the very first time, thank you so much for checking out the show. If you're returning, hope that you have been well. If you have not yet, please subscribe. Whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on your podcast app of choice, you can leave us a 5-star rating and review. Excuse me. It scared you for a second there, didn't I? Yeah. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. We read out every review that we get here on the show. If it's not on the Apple Podcast app and we've missed it, send us a screenshot so that we can see it and we'll read it out here.
I remember when we used to do the thing where people would
go review the show on different. Yeah,
I would love to do another one of those.
I think we have to do something more specific though. It can't just be whatever, because we've done that.
Yeah,
we've done that before. We got to do something new, something different, something fun.
Yeah.
Go review your favorite. I don't know. We'll come up with something. We'll figure something out. If you want to get in contact with us, you can do it on social media. I am at My Bourbon Pod. Eric is at Whiskey Mutant. If you want to send in questions or comments, this is mybourbonshop@gmail.com. You can leave us a barrel ring at 859-428-8253.
Call me. You got one?
We got one this week.
Right.
And the big one, if you want to support the show, because we are in the middle of Big Ass August, which is our birthday month.
Oh, birthday shout out to Todd Cooper.
Todd Cooper, we're recording on his birthday. I need to send him a text.
Grease.
Grease had his 40th birthday the other day.
Mama Grease's birthday is the day. August is lit.
August is friggin' lit, man.
Yeah.
Got Charlize Theron's birthday.
John Stamos is coming up.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. It's true.
We looked that up on the pregame chats, which you can find on Patreon. But we just did a last call for last week's episode, which is out on the Patreon.
I apologize for my actions.
We did a special review of maybe the worst whiskey I've ever had. Horrible, horrible, horrible stuff.
Some of the worst stuff I've drank the last couple of weeks was all supplied by Swan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he gave me that too.
Yeah. Why'd we bring him back? I've got one really funny thing that I'm going to do for Big Ass August too. I told you and Swan about it. I haven't had a chance to sit down and record it yet.
I'm working on something.
You're working. Yeah.
I mean, my first production.
You got a special guest that you're going to bring along.
Yes.
For it.
I'm going to do all the editing and everything and just send it over to Perry, and he's just going to hope to God I don't wreck the podcast.
You can upload it. Since you have all the Patreon logins and credentials and everything.
I'm afraid I'll mess something up.
It's fine. I'll do it for you.
Thanks.
You know what? You know what, too? I will upload it without having listened to it first. Alrighty. Well, I don't know what that says about the both of us, but...
I'm responsible enough not to do anything too
it's
bad.
It's not necessarily that. It's like quality control. Like,
yeah, true. You're like, this sounds horrible, Eric. You could at least took that out or this out, and I'll be like, "This is my first one, man. It's my first one."
Hey, it's okay. Whatever happens. I'm excited to see what that turns into.
That's the episode title right there. Whatever happens.
Happens. You know, we'll talk about it off air. But anyway, we normally start the show out with Flying Blind or Sips and Snacks. Eric's rubbing his hands together. What's going on here? What do we have this week?
Let's play a game.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I need you to grab 2 glasses. We're going to do a double Flying Blind.
Oh, snap.
And you're going to tell me which one you like the most.
It's not the Pursuit United, is it? Because we're reviewing those later.
No. Don't look.
I ain't looking. I know how this goes. This is my show.
This is my show.
I've been doing this the longest out of everybody. Am I still not looking?
Hold on.
Okay.
It's taking a little bit, sorry.
That's all right.
I about knocked over the mic a few times. But.
I'll just look at the top of my refrigerator.
Yeah, tell me what's up there.
Well, I've got a box of a strawberry milkshake IPA that I haven't tried yet. But Lucy got that for me for Father's Day. You want me to send one home with you? I feel like you would like it.
Sure.
All right. It's an IPA, though. You don't like IPAs, do you?
Yeah, I mean, if I had enough to drink, I'll drink anything.
Strawberry milkshake.
You know what I'm saying?
It's weird looking away from you and having you still in my ears. That's a weird sentence that I just said.
Talk dirty to me.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm seeing our Bourbon County Stout Blanton's edition, which we still need to review. I got an empty Blanton's. I'm good now? Okay, cool.
Let's do A and B.
This one's B?
A will be the one with the graphic on there. I can tell whose class that is.
Bourbon Blind.
Bourbon Blind.
Yeah.
Bourbon Blind is A, because that makes perfect sense. It can't be Bourbon Blind as B, sorry. We're already
There's still time to change it.
Well, no. Let's just go with it.
Fine.
Let's just go with it.
All right. Need a sip of water before we get too far.
Now, I've had these just recently.
Have I not?
No.
I've never had these before.
I'd never had them till just the other day.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
French vanilla ice cream on A.
Ooh, I like that.
And a whole lot of nothing on B.
Okay.
No, okay. I get a little bit more on B. Had to swirl. Yeah, now I'm getting like caramel, vanilla, a little bit of chocolate. Just a very standard bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
On the nose on B.
Both good.
Oh. It's spicy.
Spicy boy.
I really like A. There's all that spice up front, but once it starts getting back towards the finish, it starts going sweet again.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I get that French vanilla popping back up.
I like that.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that. Oh, even like a waffle cone.
Yeah.
It's straight up.
Finish lasts a while on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, that's a really good pour. All right. Moving on to B. I got weird energy today.
I can tell. I think we both do. We're going to just crash.
We were due for one.
We're going to crash so hard.
Oh,
after this.
absolutely. That's a lot of rye.
Which one, B?
B. Yeah, I was getting a lot of like just standard rye spice on B. I think I like A better.
Okay.
Ever so slightly.
So
I do really like B, but A I think would just be more in my ball house.
Your ball house. I love your ball house.
So we get with the upside down hoodie.
Our balls. So this is what I like. We're very, very similar because I wrote some notes down when I was doing these. I said A was like this chill roller coaster because you kind of said the same stuff. I was like, it's like the nose is really kind of cherry, all that, but then it kind of turns into like a darker thing, and then it comes back to like almost an apple pie finish, like that crust. And you were saying like,
yeah.
You know, you're saying waffle cone and all that, so it's kind of like up and down.
Yeah,
and it's good.
And I associate, vanilla ice cream with apple pie anyway.
B was like, this is a straightforward like, I'm just crushing this bourbon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just traditional.
Is it a bourbon?
I think so. I'll tell you in a second. I don't know what it's considered. It's on the label. But this one, but B is like, I'm in the mood for just a standard, like, Kentucky hug of just a bourbon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the other one, I'm like, I want something a little different, a little unique. So that's kind of how I said it. They're both good. I don't know. I think it depends on the mood, which one I like the most.
Yeah, I think I just like, more often than not, I would be reaching for A.
Okay. Well,
so
you would have agreed with the people who picked that one, because these are the Whiskey Weekend blends.
No kidding.
Yes. So.
Oh snap!
So you liked A, which was the winning blend from Team ADHD, who had Matt, Sarah, Grease, Sean,
right,
and Bob. That was the winning team.
That's a heck of a lineup of palettes right there.
So here it
says
on
Chad. Sorry, Dixon.
So there's what's on A.
Okay, so it's not a bourbon. It's like an American whiskey.
Yeah, it's got a big blend of a bunch of different stuff in it.
Yeah.
So that was what the judges, who consisted of, I think Casey was a judge, and
Natalie was,
Corey, and then the rest of the 3-Chord team. Which, if you're listening, this is a blend from 3-Chord that a bunch of podcasters and YouTubers and at Whiskey Weekend.
Hopefully you all
together.
know what Whiskey Weekend is.
Yeah, hopefully.
If you're listening to this. Also, we'll talk about it in a minute, but like, I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to start planning for
heck yeah,
Bourbon Weekend next year.
The anxiety of it all's gone again.
It's completely gone, and now I'm excited again. Also, did you see that this is bottle 420?
Is it?
It is.
Nice.
Of 1,200.
I know, it's weird.
That's a lot of bottles.
This one is 389 of 798. It's weird. Like,
well, okay, so this was the winner.
Yes.
That was A.
B was the loser, which both of them are good. I'm just saying. That's what
they
picked.
are, yeah.
So this was Team Dixon. So Dixon Deadman.
Oh, they actually added water to it.
Yeah. It was Dan from Bourbon Junkies, Will, James from BS and Bourbon, and Chad from It's Bourbon Night.
Was Dixon not on
one
of the teams?
No, I said Dixon first.
Did you? Okay, I'm sorry.
He was team captain.
Sorry.
And
don't give Dixon that
it was a controversy
power.
Because
don't give him that much power.
Sarah was not happy that they put water in there. She said they were supposed to blend all the samples they had together to make a whiskey, and they added water. And she was upset about it. So there was a big debate. There was a big debate there on the stage. Listen, I don't remember a whole lot was going on because I had to drink a lot. But I do remember them going back and forth about, were you allowed to add water or not? Because she was saying you had to blend all the stuff that you had in front of you, and water was in their classes.
That is such a Chad Perkins move. That is 100% Chad trying to win. Just being Chad. It's the most competitive person I know, I think.
So yeah, it was interesting. It was fun though. These are both great bottles.
Yeah.
I really like that they both used 5-year-old MGP finished in cherry bounce barrels.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. 18% in the loser blend and 10% in the winning blend. The winning blend had a 4-year-old North Carolina wheated bourbon in it, which is cool.
Interesting.
The other ones were like Tennessee and Kentucky.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I'm really happy I got to try those,
And
especially blind.
Yeah. I wanted to see what you thought because I felt like we were about the same. And it's fun that these were all put together by fellow content creators and our friends.
Yeah.
Just like the review we're going to do. Somebody, more, podcasters doing their
This
thing.
is just a very wholesome episode.
Yeah. We love you guys.
We do love you guys. We've had a very wholesome week, I feel like. And despite the fact that Big Ass August is just a funny name, it's a kind of a wholesome month, too, still.
It is.
We're doing everything we can to, like, show support and love and whatnot for...
Love one another.
Yeah.
Take your brother by the hand.
Anyway, what you been drinking recently?
Went to the beach.
You went to the beach.
The old Hilton Head.
Yes.
And I decided to mix it up a little bit this time. Usually I'm like, get this sample, get this full bottle, this and that.
Yeah.
I said, fuck it. I'm taking like 5 bottles that need to be killed, and I'm not coming home with bottles.
Well, you were only gone for a few days anyway.
About 3 days total.
Yeah.
So I had, it was bottles that had just a little bit. There was a Knob Creek, a 10-year-old Knob Creek pick, Michter's Barrel Strength Bourbon, Willet 4-year Rye. What else did I have? Oh, crap, I can't remember. I lost track. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and one more, I think. Tumbling Dice Silbox pick.
Oh, yeah.
Which was so good.
Was it?
Yes, so good. And then in between that, I had some cocktails at the pool and the beach. And I sent you one. And it was like a...
the bourbon colada.
Bourbon colada. They used Maker's Mark
Yeah.
in like this pina colada. And it was good. And they were like, do you like bourbon? I was like, I love bourbon. They're like, I'm going to add a little bit of extra in there for you.
Oh,
And they did. It was good.
that's so nice of them.
So, yeah. Enjoyed beach time before we had to get back to the chaos of getting kids to school in the morning and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was fun. Ate some seafood.
I want to go to the beach.
Let's go.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Let's just go right now. Let's go for your birthday.
Don't even tell anybody.
Call Gran.
Yeah.
Say,
We just leave.
Yeah. Do you know how much trouble we'd be?
Big trouble. Big trouble August.
Oh, man. I think I feel that way, though, because, like, this last trip, I was kind of, like, teased with being at the beach because I didn't get to go to the beach very much.
Yeah.
Because I was just always watching after eating.
Like, I was talking to April about this because she would ask how you were doing. I'm like, Perry's having a good time, but, the baby's getting busier. She is
definitely in the busy stage.
Vacationing with a toddler, because I've been through it. I know it can be some of the hardest things ever.
Yeah.
Especially you're trying to mix that. All right, I want the baby to enjoy the sand and the water, but you can't let them go too far, and then they got to go take a nap, and you got to keep them out of the sun. It's a job in itself.
Yeah.
So I commend you. It is definitely one of those. I need a vacation from vacation.
Yeah.
And now I just have to worry about my kids talking to strangers, and I'm like, don't talk to them out in the water.
Not taking 33 melatonins.
Oh yeah, stuff like that. It's a whole nother story there. Don't
That
go too far.
That was on the pregame chats from a couple weeks ago.
Don't go out in the water too far.
Yeah.
Don't talk to that boy Addison. I will kill him. That's what I got to deal with.
Yeah. Well, can't wait for that.
Luckily, you can do that like just sitting down. You just yell.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry too much.
Anyway. My birthday was this past weekend.
Yeah. Happy birthday again.
Thank you. Your birthday's coming up this
It
week
is.
after we get done recording.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after this episode comes out, we're going to be going to see the new Dragon Ball Super movie. Yeah. Cannot wait. I'm so daggum excited for it. I figured.
Oh. Look at that, boy. Look at
We'll
that.
pour a little bit of this specialness in celebration to
Pre-celebrate.
pre-celebrate, and then we'll celebrate again. Are we recording again next Friday?
I mean, I'm good if you are.
I'm good.
So that will be
On your
my
birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll actually celebrate on your birthday.
That's fun.
But this was my birthday present to myself.
Those are the best.
I'm always on the lookout for birth year bottles. I'm 93, so I'm 29 now. Still one of the youngest bourbon podcasters in the game.
I'm just an old fart.
You're not old.
I feel like
Come on, Papa.
I'm 36. You know, so I was thinking about this the other day. Boys, or at least me growing up, I feel like if you're about 10 years in the same, like you end up enjoying the same things growing up. Like you were a little younger watching
much.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I was a little bit older than you, started watching it, and like it's like you can get along with a younger
absolutely.
kid, and then it's just the same from them. I feel like girls though, like raising my girl, like it's like if they're not the same age or older or something like that, like they're not hanging out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I feel like our age gap is just close enough to where we still grew up with the same stuff and all that.
We're very similar people.
Very. It's true.
There's no denying that. But so this is a 93 Wild Turkey tradition. I was able to secure one thanks to David Levine from the Whiskey Ring podcast. If you've not listened to Whiskey Ring, please go do so. David's awesome. We had him on a bonus episode where we reviewed the Barrelcraft Spirits Gold Label Dovetail.
Yes.
But yeah, so I got the box in the mail, and first of all, like he had put stickers on it that said "fragile this side up."
It was upside down when you got
It was on its side when it got delivered. So I was like, come on, like it's not that hard to just. Anyway,
yours.
a little bit of it had leaked, and I was texting back and forth with Dave, and he was like, definitely, be ready with a sieve and a a wine opener.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, the last time that I opened a Dusty Turkey, I had to immediately decant it. And I went to open it, and I'm going to show this on camera for anybody who wants to see what the cork looks like. But the cork survived, essentially. I was able to pull the full cork out, but boy howdy if it doesn't look like Vecna got a hold of it.
Yeah. It looks like something from the upside down.
It is really, really gross looking. So I had to replace the cork with one from a Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. And it fit perfectly, but I couldn't find any other cork that worked. So I had to move some stuff around. But we also got sent the Barrel Dovetail Silver label, or I think that's what we're calling it, which we will get to a review of. Not yet. It'll take a little bit for us to get there. But also the Pursuit United samples from Bourbon Pursuit, and I'm going to wax poetic about that a little bit later on. But it's just fantastic.
Turkey.
I had a Boilermaker last night during the stream because we raised $1,500.
Oh my gosh. It smells so good.
I'm guessing.
Gosh, Mickey, this smells good.
Been watching a lot of Mickey Mouse Funhouse too with Eden, so had a very visceral response to hearing Goofy's voice out of context. But when I first opened it, it was a little weird. It was a little musty, so I'm hoping that it's opened up a bit.
It tastes phenomenal to me.
Okay, it's definitely kind of mellowed out and not as weird, I guess, as it was.
If it's weird, it's a good weird. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's opened up so much. That's so much better than it was when I first cracked it. Also, between the two corks, the two dusty corks that I had to deal with this week, you would have thought that the Wild Turkey one would have been the one to break, right?
You would think.
Right. Knob Creek. That dusty Knob Creek that Swan found. The cork, I just went to grab a pour of it last night.
You took that cork on and off for a while now.
I know. And it just completely just broke.
What are you doing? I heard what we said about the new Bookers, and it was like, you know what? You know what?
Show you, man.
I'll show you.
And the Bookers is fine. I've gone back to it, and it's not as bad.
I went back to it.
What do you think?
And it's still bad.
It's not, I mean, it's not great. It's just not like...
No.
I don't find myself wanting it often. I did do a 50-50 blend of that and Benchmark Foolproof, though. And it actually it improved it significantly.
Whatever it takes.
So, do you want to take this Booker's box back home with you? We'll just donate it to Chad and Sarah because I think they're still doing whatever project they had with Booker's boxes.
It does make good if you turn it up. I've seen it at bars, and you can put like bottles or like glasses in it. You like sit it on its side.
Maybe I'll make a cocktail smoker out of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Because we've been needing to do that.
That's a good little project.
For a while.
Good little project.
Yeah.
Probably make the Bookers taste better.
I don't think that we have any housekeeping to get to this week.
We're chugging on with big ass August.
Yeah. Support the show on Patreon.
Yeah.
We've already said it. But oh boy. So this is from we're going to get to the news now. This is from Up Rocks. And this is a list of the best bourbons and ryes from the 2022 American Whiskey Masters Awards. I'm going to move this up. So Can you still see that there?
Yeah, okay, I got you. So this is not their
This
list.
is not their list.
They're just reporting on it.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are reporting from their report.
Gotcha.
These are the Masters winners. Ultra Premium Rye from 291 Colorado Whiskey. Finished with Aspen wood staves. And it's a barrel-proof single barrel. Ooh, look at that proof. 128.6. Not bad. Average price of 108.
I'll try it.
I have had and actually was gifted it by their founder, Michael Myers.
Oh yeah, that is right?
Yeah,
he was on Whiskey Morgue. Had him on a show, so I was like,
really?
"This is the coolest thing," because Whiskey Morgue is talking to a legit Michael Myers.
Yeah.
But
I had him on at Bourbon and Beyond. Gosh, I can't remember what year it was. I think it was 2018. But we hit it off, and he came back around with a bottle of
That's awesome.
Their whiskey.
Is it good? Was it good?
Yeah, it was
I've
good.
never had any of their stuff.
Oddly enough, though, and it was because at the time, like, I wasn't as into it, but I could still like appreciate it. I actually handed it off to Dustin because he was more in that world than I was at the time. But I kind of wish I had it back.
Give it back.
That reminds me too. I hadn't talked about this yet, but Justin Sutherland, who is he was a chef on Top Chef. I got to interview him at. It was either Hometown Rising or Bourbon and Beyond in 2019. About a month and a half ago, he had a really severe boat accident where he got caught in the propeller.
Oh, shit.
His face got torn up. He had some pretty gnarly injuries and everything. But I think that the GoFundMe for his medical bills is still running.
That's wild.
But super, super sweet guy. Has always been very responsive to my texts, and I've gotten to know him a little bit more over the past few years, and I'll make sure that I put the link to his GoFundMe in the description below. But like, it was crazy because I go and because I'm nosy, go and just look at like who had donated, and one of the more recent ones when it had happened was Andrew Zimmern.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was. I was
That's
like,
crazy.
Wow. Just blown away by it. But very cool. But what I was getting at, he has a single malt whiskey with Tattersall.
Oh.
And he actually gifted me a bottle of that as well. It's around here somewhere. I'll have to find it. It's really freaking good. But anyway.
Cool.
This is the best rye aged up to 7 years. Russell's Reserve 6-year-old rye.
Okay. I can get behind that.
I mean,
solid.
I can definitely jump on board with that. Single barrel rye. Russell's Reserve single barrel rye.
Okay. All right.
There you go, Wild Turkey, bringing it home. Bourbon no age statement. Weller CYPB.
Okay.
Interesting. Average price $900. What? No. That's not right at all. Uprox. That's not right. List the MSRP. And also, their average price links to Drizzly. Stop. But it goes to Drizzly, and that's the one price that they have is $900 plus
Add
shipping.
it to cart, dude. Right there. Get us one. Thanks, Patreon.
It didn't do anything. I hit add to cart, and it didn't do anything.
They're probably like, you really think we got this?
Nah, screw that. That's wrong, though. $900 for an average price. It's a like $70 bottle, something like that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Bourbon Ultra Premium in the $52 plus category. Remus Repeal Reserve Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Everybody loved this batch.
Was that batch
5? Yes,
Yeah.
batch 5. 9% 2005 bourbon with a 21% high rye mash, 5% 2006 bourbon with a very high rye mash of 36%. 19% 2006 bourbon with the same 21 high rye mash, 13% 2008 bourbon with that 21% rye, and 54% 2008 bourbon with the 36% high rye mash. I only had it the once. I think I've only had it once, but that was such an incredible bottle. It's one of those where, like, if I come across it, like if I just happen to see it,
right.
picking it up immediately. Bourbon aged over 8 years. Weller 12-year. Average price, $298. Uprox, stop.
Stop putting secondary prices on there. Come on.
Fruit bat. It's in stock for $300.
Huh? Fruit bat.
FROOT bat.
Why are they linking these to different places?
I don't know. Is it affiliate links? Dang.
They just bought 3 bottles.
The handle for this is in stock at Fruit Bat for almost $1,200.
Lord.
All the money we raised last night for Eastern Kentucky, we could have gotten one handle of Weller.
What in the world is going
Okay,
on?
here's something real stupid. Okay, so you see here's the 750, right?
Yeah.
300. 700 ml.
Was that the import one?
I don't know.
And it's more.
It's more expensive. It's ridiculous. This energy. It's fun. We're having a great time. There's a bunch of gold medals too. I won't go through all of them. But anyway,
Oh, I mean, good job, Turkey.
way to go, Turkey.
I agree. All those are great. I've not had 291, but why are we putting the secondary prices on there?
I don't know. I haven't actually had CYPB yet.
I had it not last year, but the year before at Whiskey Weekend. It was pretty good. Not bad. Not that much good, but
Not $900
No.
for a bottle.
no.
So, this is a pretty significant change to the release of Old Forester Birthday Bourbon.
I haven't seen this.
Normally, what it was is that on September 1st,
Right.
which was George Garvin Brown's
Birthday.
they would release, and you'd have to be in line for it and everything. And there were people who were lining up like a week in advance because everybody's insane here.
Crazy.
They have changed it to where you can sign up for the chance to win a bottle. I mean, you still have to buy it and everything.
Yeah.
But between August 24th and the 31st, you will have the opportunity to enter for a chance to purchase the 2022 Old Forester Birthday Bourbon through a sweepstakes.
Oh.
I just think it's so weird. And I mean, this is definitely like the better way to do it, for sure.
Did they do this once during COVID?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
I feel like I saw something.
Maybe they did. I don't know. But this year's release is 96 proof and 11 years old.
So the real question on everybody's mind: was this blended? Was this like one of
Absolutely. Had to have been.
Jackie's last things?
Had to have been.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's not going to be sold at the Old Forester distillery. Sounds like this decision revolves around avoiding the masses of disappointed fans who have camped out in the past but not got their hands on the coveted juice. Oh, boy. That's funny. I mean, we may as well sign up for this.
Heck yeah.
If we don't get... Because we've been able to get a sample of birthday bourbon once in the past.
It's sitting over there. I saw it.
Yeah, it's...
2020?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was Eden's birth year. So, I still need to find a birthday bourbon. Like a full bottle from her birth year.
You heard him.
So,
You heard him, folks.
please don't make it secondary price. Papa's not that loaded. Anyway, I think this is a good idea. I mean,
I'm okay with it.
You know, I do kind of wish that I don't remember it actually happening during COVID or during the biggest part of the pandemic. We're still in the pandemic.
Maybe I'm thinking of Four Roses.
You are. Yeah, Four Roses did that.
Yeah.
Anyway. Not a bad idea.
No,
I think that's
it's
a
fine.
pretty good
Everybody's used to
move.
getting stuff in the mail or going and picking things up now. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
It's easier for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The premium events for the 2022 Kentucky Bourbon Festival are now on sale as well. You can find all of that at kybourbonfestival.com. Some of these include cocktail classes, getting to taste some dusty bourbons, learning about Bardstown Bourbon Company, what's going on with them. There's a cooking class, all sorts of good stuff. We will unfortunately not be in attendance because Bourbon and Beyond is that weekend. So, had to choose, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that being said, if that is of interest to you, KY Bourbon Festival. Was it .com or .org? I think it was .com.
.net.
Damon. It was .com, by the way. Sorry. We got a bunch of new releases to talk about. Old Overholt 4-year-old straight rye. 86 proof, $20 a bottle.
How old was it
Nationwide.
before? Non-age stated?
I don't think it was age stated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, look. No, it says Old Overholt is raising the age of its flagship straight rye from 3 to 4 years old.
Well, there you go.
There we go. And it comes just a few years after the proof was raised from 40 to 43%.
It's big. It's a big increase.
That's a good. I'm okay with that. Okay, so I said it was the silver label earlier. It's actually the gray label. Barrel.
Is there
Dovetail.
silver labels too?
Nah, I think they do actually just call it gray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Finished whiskey from Indiana, Tennessee, and Canada is what I
Canada.
almost said there. Wow.
Our friends up north in Canada.
Jeez Louise. Did you see that Andrew West finally got our Picking in the Rain?
Yeah, finally. He sent me a message.
He wants your new riff pick, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the
'Cause
giveaway one?
He was the winner.
Heck yeah.
For that.
Swiss
So-
rolls, baby.
Yeah. But this is coming in at 131.54 proof. I had to go to the bottle to actually see it because I can't do that math. $250 a bottle.
I mean, I would expect nothing less from them.
Yeah. 13,000 bottles, though.
Damn.
So it's a good chunk of change for Barrel to keep doing what they're doing. Davis County, lightly toasted straight bourbon, 4-year-old, 96 proof, $50 a bottle. Out now. Availability of 18,000 bottles.
Lightly toasted.
Not sure what the distribution is like. But get around it, I suppose. Do you want to talk about that?
The Mile High Club? What?
It's the Breckenridge Mile High blends.
Blended on
Colorado
airplanes.
bourbon, not age stated. $44 a bottle.
It's not bad.
Oh, it was released on the 8th.
Oh.
It's today, the 12th. Yeah. So we missed out on that one. Oh, well.
Oh, well, it happens.
Hey, look, a scotch.
Suck it.
High West Campfire, blended whiskey from Scotland, India, and Utah. Utah, give me 2.
They put scotch in with what?
Indiana whiskey and Utah. $80 a bottle, 92 proof, limited availability. An 18-year-old Jameson? Actually, I'm kind of interested in that one. Oh, 92 proof. Hey, for $185, that's not bad.
Irish whiskey?
Yeah, I could get on board with that.
Is it finished in anything or just straight up?
It's just straight up Irish whiskey, but it's non-chill filtered.
And what barrels do they use for Irish whiskey? Just used barrels?
Just use barrels, yeah.
Gotcha. I'll try it.
I could get on board with that. And that's all the releases for the week.
Okay.
But we got plenty of TTB labels to talk about. Oh, boy.
Get blackout there. Blacked out.
Blackout Straight Rye Whiskey, single barrel cast strength. 7 years old. Holy moly. 140 proof.
That's why they call it blackout. That's some good content right there.
Indiana Straight Rye Whiskey.
Hazmat rye called blackout.
I would drink it.
I will drink it.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about that last week, didn't we? The Immaculata?
I think so.
I feel like we did.
I think I made a joke about it.
I think you did too. But there is another very old St. Nick bourbon whiskey, Holy Order.
Holy Order?
106.8 proof.
The Order of the Holies.
No age statement as far as I'm seeing so far. But it's weird. Okay, let's step back and talk about this for a second. It's weird how many of these labels there are that I don't recognize.
I don't know half of this
Just
stuff.
these brands, like the Exceptional series, Laird's, Bull Run I recognize.
Bull Run.
Filibuster, Coalition. We talked about Zeppelin Bend last week, I think.
Yeah, we did.
10-year-old bourbon, 10-year-old American single malt finished in rum casks from New Holland. But, like, just...
Are we just not looking in the right aisles for this stuff?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
But, I mean, like, this is from Coming Whiskey on Instagram, so it's not all bourbon. But it's just crazy. Hamer.
I've seen Hamer before.
Yeah, we got a 116.2 proof bourbon finished in Cabernet barrels. Another Hamer bourbon finished in peach brandy barrels. Interesting. 115.6 proof. Here we go.
Oh, Lord.
A brand new Kentucky Owl called Takumi Edition.
Takumi.
In celebration of our desire to collaborate with like-minded innovative spirits, Kentucky Owl has partnered with Japanese master blender Yahisa Yusuke to help create our Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This Takumi Edition brings together the traditional blending skills of selecting rare whiskey barrels and unique flavor profiles with the expertise of our master blender, John Rhea.
Kentucky Owl legit.
Resulting in the exceptional and unique limited release. 100 proof.
Huh.
I don't know. I just annoyed by it more than anything, because like
Tell me.
Okay, I'm getting all flustered, but Barry's red.
Like
Seething.
the label.
Go watch the YouTube video version of this so you can see me getting really angry. But aside from knowing and loving Dixon and having a good relationship with him and everything, just looking at what has happened to this brand after the person who was the most directly connected to it left, it's so disappointing and sad. I mean, it's just like all of a sudden it's turned into a cash grab.
And it's, yeah, I mean, we've tried a lot of the stuff, and it's just not good. Like, it's just not on the same level.
No.
So, sorry. Not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
That's why I said not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
You shouldn't be sorry.
What are you doing?
Did you ever try the Wise Man Rye? I can't remember if you tried that or not.
I don't think the rye. We did the bourbon.
Yeah. Gold medal in the poop category.
Yeah. Still holds it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
It's around here somewhere. It's not that big a deal. But, I mean, do you feel like I'm far off with that?
No.
'Cause,
Nothing, I mean...
Listen.
There's just nothing about it is special, it seems like. There's nothing special about it. You try it, and you're like, well, it is what it is. But, I don't know.
I don't either. Hotel Tango. Single barrel bourbon finished in maple syrup barrels.
Okay, you got my attention.
Hey. And, hey, I like Hotel Tango. So. Oh, hey, check this out. Old Carter special release for the Bourbon Women's Symposium for 2022. 108.6 proof. Looks to be about 125 bottles. Very cool.
That's cool.
I love the Peggy's doing stuff like that.
The Carters.
Who Peggy know? The Bourbon Women.
Oh, I was saying no Carter. I was thinking the Carters.
Well, yeah, the Carters.
The Peggies and the Carters. What? Together?
Derringer
Collab.
Founders Collection from Rabbit Hole. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in PX sherry casks. Limited edition, of course. 112.4 proof.
Okay.
Let me go back and look at this, but my Daily Bourbon Chad said that I love how just subtle it is. They got the Nevelier Founders Collection in the other day. And he found out what the cost was for them. $718. So that's at least an $800 bottle, right?
Yeah.
Just so they can make even a little bit of profit.
Yep.
So I mean, if this winds up being anywhere from $500 to $1,000, I will not be surprised. Another Hotel Tango single barrel tawny port barrel finish. I didn't see if there was a proof on the last one, but this one says 90 proof, so I'm assuming it's going to be about the same. That's their 3-year-old bourbon. New Still Austin. Double-barreled straight bourbon whiskey. Interesting. 120 proof. Ooh.
Okay.
I'm going to throw a little like on that. It's Texas bourbon.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I want to save those for just a second because I'm excited about them. We'll get there. Nelson Brothers whiskey. Dang, 15-year-old rye. I hadn't seen this yet. 108.4 proof. You good?
Yeah, a little flimsy.
Oh. Call it that.
What?
Heaven's Door Bootleg Series, 11-year-old. This is Volume 4 Wheated Straight Bourbon Whiskey, finished in Isla Scotch casks.
Okay.
110 proof. Definitely going to be like $1,000 bottle.
Hopefully.
Oh, look at that artwork. That is
Wheated
gorgeous.
bourbon finished in Scotch barrels.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited. I'll give it a try if I can find enough money for it.
Ooh, what's that?
Penelope Valencia Straight Bourbon finished in Vino de Naranja casks. So orange wine casks.
Oh.
Interesting.
I'll try that.
96 proof. 44 months.
So they've been
So just
babying that for a little while.
Yeah, just under 4 years. New Blackened from Wes Henderson. What?
The director?
No, you're thinking of Wes Anderson.
Oh, my bad. I was like, what? Fantastic
No,
Mr. Fox bourbon right now? Is that the guy, the main guy of Blackened?
No, Wes Henderson's
that's
from
Metallica,
Angel's
sorry.
Envy.
Oh.
Yeah, so he collaborated with them.
So this is like their collab. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in white port wine casks.
Okay.
Interesting. I'll give it a shot. Look at those waveforms. Blacken the world.
Blacken the world.
Incredible. All right, 2 more TTB labels before we move on to our review. They are both from New Riff.
New Riff.
One is a Kentucky-grown straight malted rye that is 6 years old, bottled and bond without filtration, called Aroostook.
Excuse me.
Mashed from 100% Kentucky-grown Aroostook malted rye.
I hate when I can't pronounce things or I have no idea what it is.
I'm just kind of shooting in the dark, man.
Aroostook. Let's see here.
6 years old, bottled and bond, so 100 proof. I can't not get excited about that. I'd say that much. It also looks like we got a new malted bourbon, a new maltster. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey made with crystal malt. Crystal malt?
Crystal?
Isn't that illegal?
Only if you put it in a spoon.
Carl Heisenberg. And malted rye. Aged 6 years, bottled and bond without filtration. Kentucky bourbon featuring the nutty malty tones of Simpson's T50 Crystal Brewer's Malt. Mash bill is 65% corn, 20% malted rye, and 15% T50 Crystal Malt.
Okay.
Interesting. I've got no idea what that's going to be like.
I'll try it.
I'll give it a shot.
I'll try anything New Riff.
Yeah. Always.
Always. Clean my glasses off.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Look at me all lounged back in my chair.
Oh, boy.
It's ridiculous. Goodness
Oh,
gracious.
goofy.
I should...
Gosh, Mickey.
It's killing me. Before we get into this review, I gotta be a little bit sentimental about the fact that we are getting to review these at all. And it could have been that, we went out to the store and we grabbed bottles, or, we were being very intentional with it, but yeah, no, right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I have to. Oh my gosh.
Oh, got it. I gotta start working out more. If I can't open a bottle, I can't fight Swan. Or arm wrestle Swan.
You know how swans are. Oh my gosh. I can't get this one open. But we got sent. Kenny and Ryan, get it together. I'm just kidding.
They're making us work for it. Oh, God. Okay.
But these are samples of Pursuit United, the newest batches of the bourbon and the rye. Batch 7cc, which as we were recording our pregame chats, I realized stood for Cecil and Coleman. CC, their last names. And we got these in the mail. I was opening up the box. And I just was like kind of overcome with this feeling of maybe not necessarily that we made it, but just kind of almost sentimentality over it.
I think it's a trust thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Bourbon Pursuit, of course, is just the gold standard for being a bourbon podcast, and been fans of them for ever and ever and ever, and huge inspirations for when we started Timbip. And here we are getting sent samples of their own bourbon.
Yeah. It's crazy.
With the intent to review. And like I'm trying to remove as much like bias as I can from the whole scenario. But it just, it's nice to feel like you've done enough to be recognized for your work and to be trusted with these kinds of reviews. I don't know. It was just a very poignant moment for me to
I get it.
Oh, I'm an idiot. It doesn't stand for Cecil and Coleman.
It should.
The following two letters... okay, hold on. So this is from their press release. Whiskey consumers are more educated than ever, says Kenny Coleman. I received countless messages from purchasers asking if the bottles they have were batch 1 or 2. After gathering more feedback from our most loyal fans, we decided to implement a new batch coding system. Now there is no mystery. The new coding system starts with the number of the month. The following two letters are based on the last two digits of the year, with A being 0, B is 1, and so on and so forth. This release of Pursuit United Bourbon and Pursuit United Rye is 7cc, which represents July 22nd.
Okay.
Or July 2022. Sorry. I'm doing a really bad job. After all this being like...
I'm confused as hell right now.
So A is 0.
Okay.
That's 2020 when they started putting out batches.
Right.
B is 1, which is 2021.
Okay.
The second year.
Okay.
C,
2022.
2022.
Okay. Got it. And what's the 7 for? July.
Yes.
Okay.
When it was batched. Or bottled.
Bottled.
Sure. Or released. See, here's the thing. Here's what happens when I'm like, oh, I feel so good about all this, and like, thank you guys so much for including us. And then I'm like, fumbling over the most basic of things.
Whiskey enthusiasts are very educated these days. Not.
And here's two idiots who don't understand what's going on.
It's new batch. It's batch 3. It's batch 3. Just put batch 3.
Can we not criticize them before we've even gotten into the review?
I'm just saying. Like, I'm confused.
It does say, though, that now there is no mystery.
Yeah.
So, anyway. These are both at 108 proof, and they will be available in limited quantities in Colorado, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, New Mexico, Ohio, Tennessee, and Texas. And online at sealbox.com. Yeah,
Sealbox is awesome. I love Sealbox.
Where do you want to start? You want to start with the rye or the bourbon?
Let's go bourbon.
Okay, let's do it. Hold on.
That is a nice nose. Here's the bourbon, if you need to.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I set up a little cheat sheet for myself with like putting the corresponding bottles on either side, and I still got confused. So
you know what I did? Get this. I poured the bourbon in my glass that says it's bourbon night. And I poured the rye in the other glass that doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Well, the bourbon is in a Blanton's glass, and the rye is in the bourbon blind glass. Professionals.
Yes.
Maybe we shouldn't have gotten sent these samples.
Well, this is the last review we'll ever get to do of Pursuit.
Sorry, guys. They're like, I'm a little nervous, too, about it because, like, the weight of it, I guess. Which I shouldn't be. It's not like we've never reviewed anything before.
This smells like a pecan wheel. Straight up. A pecan wheel from Lil Debbie.
A lot of sugar on the nose.
It's just a sweet treat.
Tobacco? Oh, man. That tobacco note just hit me so hard up front.
I'm getting all sweet baking pecan. Yeah, that's good.
I really like the nose.
Oh, that's crushable. And I say that in a very good way because lately I'm loving stuff that like I'll just crush. It's
you can
like,
just drink, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
It's got a little banana.
Little bit. It's kind of buttery too.
Mm-hmm. It's like butter biscuits. And you're eating like a banana on the side. Oh, I could pair so much with that. The finish is a little short.
A little bit, but
It's only, 108 proof, right?
yeah,
It hangs on just enough, I will say.
I think so too.
Yeah, just crush it.
I'm starting to get some like Cracker Jacky things going on too.
I get a little bit more pecan from the nose on the palate.
Little bit of like a savory note
Nuts
popping through.
and banana. And like you said, some butter, like butter biscuits or toast or something
Yeah.
like that. I like that. That's very nice.
I really like that a lot.
That's just crushable, man.
Distilled in Kentucky, Tennessee, and New York.
See, that's how you blend something with Tennessee. Well, I don't know if it's Dickel.
I doubt it's Dickel.
I think it's the other. It's not. I know it's not Jack Daniels. It's
Tennessee Distillers.
Something like
or
that,
Tennessee, yeah. But
I can get behind this.
I got no problem with that, man. I think that's just an extremely solid bourbon.
Put that on your shelf and just crush it. You could daily drinker or whatever you want to call it.
So it's $65 a bottle.
Okay, that's not bad.
I mean that is kind of pushing it towards the premium category.
I would reach for this more if it was about 45 to 50, maybe.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, it's not a bad thing.
No, but at the same time, like, I think that also kind of moves it into almost like a collectability thing.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to get all the batches, and
I have 1 and 2, so
I think I just got one. It's floating around here somewhere.
yeah. I think you had 1, and then I bought 2, and then I went back and found
Yeah, that's
1
right.
or something like that.
That's right. Yeah, something like that.
It's good
Who's
though.
to say?
This one, batch 3, CC7,
7cc.
7 CC, kind of there. But seriously, that's just good.
Yeah.
It's just straight up good.
I'm a big fan of it. I can't wait to get into this rye though.
Sometimes I find myself getting more excited about ryes.
Sometimes.
I don't know. I'm a rye guy.
I mean, I am too.
Not actually the rye guy on Instagram, because I think that's Bruce Russell.
It is. Yeah. No, he's Russell's rye guy.
Russell's rye guy.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, that makes me want to open up Christmas presents. See that?
Mint and cherry and
Is there a chocolate covered gingerbread man? I mean, I'm sure you could make one.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Because that's what I smell right now. If that's a thing, it smells special.
It does. It smells limited, like an LE
Yo,
rye whiskey.
I mean,
You know what I can't wait to do? Edit out that horrible noise.
sorry.
I'm gonna leave it in. I can't wait to put this up against the Antique Collection Ryes
Yeah.
coming out this year.
You know what? Okay. I'm sure people are going to throw a fit, but I would put this up against those middle batches of Kentucky Owl Rye. You know what I mean? Like it's on that level.
Whoa. Oh, that mid-palate explosion of flavor.
Oh, the finish is so good.
Dude.
The finish is
The finish is where that gingerbread really starts coming
fucking
through.
good. Yeah, the finish is just all gingerbread, man. Like it's like not much chocolate, but it's just gingerbread, and like you're dipping it in like some eggnog. It's got kind of this
Yeah.
foamy, like whipped creamy type thing. The palate is just, it's just a special rye. Man, I really like the bourbon, but
I think the rye's where it's
this
at,
rye,
man.
dude.
That is spectacular. I'm
And-
in the middle of like a rye renaissance where I'm just like rediscovering my love for it and just getting super
excited. It's the weather too, man. We're starting to get cooler weather, and I love having ryes when it starts getting a little colder. Yeah. It's like a fall. This is an instant buy.
There was a orange zest citrus note that just shot out at me on that one. On that sip, rather, excuse me.
Wow. See, this is one that I wouldn't crush.
I would definitely take my time with this.
There's a lot of layers to this. Like I could sit and just kind of pick things out and have fun with it. Just if I had like an evening to yourself where you're like, I'm just sitting on the back, I'm gonna get this rye, and I'm just gonna sit and have a little bit at a time.
It's definitely one of those that I feel like I need to share with people.
Yeah. I think I get most of the notes on the nose and the finish.
Yeah.
In between is just, hey, it's a special rye.
It's like a bunch of fireworks going off all at once.
Yeah, it's almost like you can't just pick out one thing like that. It's like, I'm going to sit with this for a little bit, but it smells like chocolate gingerbread man, and it finishes like gingerbread in like whipped cream. Like the finish is like, it softens a little bit with a little like vanilla whipped cream, but you still get the ginger in there.
Yeah.
That's
think
real good.
One of the best things about this series is just proof that the people who are out there doing the hard work of supporting bourbon and showing what bourbon can be actually know what they're talking about and know what they're drinking. And like they've got the palate behind them to back up their claims.
I mean,
and
they could change their name right now. Rye Pursuit.
And I think that they just have time and time again, because I mean, this is not the first time that we've had a Pursuit United batch and we've been like, over the moon about it or anything.
Yeah.
But with these releases, I think Pursuit United and Bourbon Pursuit have truly solidified themselves as being staples in the bourbon industry and the bourbon market.
Yeah, I think so.
And with if these releases continue to be as solid as these are, you could have a new heavy competitor in this game.
Shoot.
Heavy competitor.
What's the price on the rye? Same
price, $65. It's a buy all day for me.
You could take this and put it in a wine-shaped limited edition bottle in the glass case, double the price, and I would still just buy it. Like this is great. I like this because it's like crushable bourbon, and then a special holiday, or like, hey, have you ever had a good rye before? Because I got one for you. If that makes sense.
You ever had a great rye?
Have you had a great rye? Let me show you what a great rye is. Yeah, dude, like this makes me feel like I'm drinking like a Kentucky Owlish, rye, not the Wiseman. The, batches 1 through 4.
Kentucky rye and Maryland rye.
I don't know anything about Maryland rye, but I'm down for it.
Dude, I am so all about that rye.
Yeah, great job, guys. Mm-hmm. So good.
Kenny Ryan. Also, we somehow have never had them on an actual episode of the podcast. Somehow. We've been doing this for almost 5 years.
They probably were like going to be, and they're like, oh no, they got the snack cake guy on there now.
I've had Kenny on a live stream.
He liked one of my TikToks.
And that was it?
Yeah. I mean, that's the closest I've had. I always grab some of their picks that make it off their Patreon and onto like Keg and Bottle or something. Yeah. I've always enjoyed what they pick in the Pursuit single barrels and stuff like that.
We just had one of their
we did it on Flying Blind.
Yeah. It was really, really good
it was.
too. Yeah. All right. Let's break these down. Let's give them their due diligence.
Break it down. Cue the DX music. Break it down. Turn it.
Excuse me. But we normally review products with our system of nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. We total it up for a score out of 20. If you want to know what it's like, out of 100, you can multiply by 5. But this is our review system.
It is.
So let's start with the bourbon.
Yeah.
I would say. What you giving it on the nose?
3.
Yeah, absolutely.
3. I think 2.5 is kind of your mean, obviously, out of 5, and this is just a little bit above it. So good. I love the nose on it.
Yeah, I really do too.
Palate is just crushable, man. It's just a classic, I don't know what they were going for, but if you're just going for something that's just going to please, just the average drinker or, somebody who's wanting to just pour a big rocks glass full of something and just have a night to themselves, yeah, that's it.
I even though I'm still, getting to the point where I am finding it to where I'm getting more analytical.
Yeah.
Of it. And I am kind of breaking it down. And there's this, graham cracker and citrus note that's midway through the palate that I really, really enjoy. I really, really like this palate. And I am now taking the time, and I think it's because the rye just opened up my palate so much to where I am kind of sitting here going, there are great things happening with this palate, with this drinker. I really like it. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
I gave it another 3. I was like, it's still solid. It's just...
I think we kind of touched on this before. The finish is probably the weakest part of it.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, just kind of I wish that there was a little bit more length to it.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I really do like what is happening with it. I kind of put it in the same category. All right, great. Lots of stuff just yeeting itself into non-existence.
Just yeet it all over the place.
Anyway, I really do like what's happening with the finish, despite it being, not as strong as some of the other categories. I am going to give it a 2.5.
I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just...
I think the finish
middle
is...
of the road.
Yeah,
but
for a crushable pour that you're doing, I don't expect this crazy finish because I'm going to pour a big pour of this and I don't have to, wait in between. So, yeah,
this
2.5.
is almost like an all-nighter
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
kind of drinker.
Yeah.
For me, yeah. Maybe go 3 or 4 fingers instead of the 2.
Yeah.
Price on this, $65. I don't mind this. I think that when you look at the intentionality of it and seeing that this was a very well-crafted product, and too that it's not just Kenny and Ryan. Fred definitely had to have touched this at some point. The guys from Barrel Joe definitely had something to do with this too.
Yep.
This is a very intentional whiskey. And for everything that's gone into it, I think at $65, I think that's a steal of a price.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I do. 3.5.
I'm the same.
Well, look at us.
Yeah, I don't know. I know earlier I was like, man, I'd love to see this. Yeah, we always want to see good stuff, a little cheaper. But when you think about what's put into it and everything else around it, they could have easily probably put this at $80, $90, but they didn't.
Sure, yeah.
So I think with the rest of the market and everything else on the shelf, I think it's above average price.
Yeah. So that brings me to a 12.5 out of 20, which sounds low, but it's a very strong 12.5.
Yeah, I think I was a 12. That's just it's a crushable score.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is just a crushable bottle.
I think you almost have to translate it to enjoyable, I think, is another really good way.
Oh yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah.
You just find yourself getting kind of lost in it because it's so accessible.
Right. You've been sitting around and you've poured something and you're like, I'm going to switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I sit around the house, I really sit around the house.
Hey. But you know, everybody's sleeping or something. You know, you got your alone time. And it's like sometimes I'll go through like 4 or 5 things. So I was like, well, that was okay.
Yeah.
But there are some bottles that I will be like, I'm just pouring this up, and that's all I need. And that's this. That's what I would do.
I think if like,
and I get a pecan wheel, and I would pair the hell out of it.
I think though that if like taking like the numerical side of it away and giving it like a letter grade, like an American letter grade, I would probably give it like a B+, A-.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it's in that range. Whereas the rye,
I already got my score total,
is an A+. It's an absolutely killer whiskey. And it's funny because I feel like over the past few weeks we've had just whiskeys that have very quickly jumped into like our top 10 for the year.
Yeah.
And Batch 7cc of Pursuit United Rye is definitely within my top 10 for 2022 at this point. You've already got your full score?
Yeah. Got the whole thing.
What is it?
17.
I'm getting pretty close to that too.
I did a 4. I did a 4. I did a 4, and then I did a 5. Does that equal the right thing? No.
No, it does.
It does. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 17. I think this is way above average.
I'll just straight up agree with you. I don't have any problem with this other than just like,
and this could be sold for double the price and I would still be okay with it.
Yeah.
This is a special rye.
Truthfully, one of the best ryes I've ever had.
It's one of the best ryes I've had definitely in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely an A+.
Yeah. Put it in air quotes. The shit's good.
We just really want to make it onto like the quote page for the
my Bourbon podcast.
The praises.
The shit's good.
Great. That's
what?
Nothing. I'm kidding.
God, yeah, that rye, dude.
Proof in hand that if you work hard enough and you've got the support system behind you, good things happen.
Yeah.
It does. And I know that it's not 100% across the board, that kind of, system. Luck is a big factor in things too. And like understanding where you need to fit into a market and everything.
Were they born in August?
We gonna find out. Nah, Kenny was in May.
Oh.
And Ryan was in April.
Well, it happens. We're just making sure we didn't miss their birthday on big ass August.
Yeah. If you find these, you gotta pick them up. I think. I think both of them you need to grab a bottle of.
Both are going to be used for different occasions for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe 2 of each.
Yeah.
One to open, one to keep.
About 3 of the rye.
So you can drink 2 of them and keep one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can share one with somebody, drink one for my own, and then I'll have one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, initially, I was going to surprise Swan with a little special guest over the phone because they had a beef with one of his high proof hot takes. And Swan's not here.
Yeah.
But
Can we save that for when he is here? I would love to see that.
Well, I think we still need to call this person just to say,
Who is it?
Hello.
God, I know that voice.
Hey, David.
Yes.
Hey, it's Perry from This Is My Bourbon podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Who else is with you, though?
Well, it's actually just Eric today. Swan had to back out.
Ah, son of a bitch.
But I just wanted to kind of like give you the chance to rebut what Swan had said last week. Just to kind of set up this ongoing feud that I'm imagining we're going to create a narrative for over the next couple of weeks of podcasting. But Swan dogged on New York pizza, and we needed to give you the chance to come back and slap back at him. Clap back, slap back, clap back, whatever.
Clap those cheeks.
I'll
What?
honk back if he needs to. But, yeah. But he's got to understand. I don't know if he's ever flown here by himself or by plane. Don't care. But he needs to get his ass here and try the pizza here. If he likes Goodfellas, down by you guys, he likes New York pizza, because that shit is delicious.
Ooh.
Okay.
You got New Yorker approved stamp of
yeah.
approval for Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could knock someone out with the pizza box, but it was great pizza. So if he likes that, he likes New York pizza. I'm counting that on my side. But otherwise, get his ass over here, because that is some bullshit.
You heard it.
Well, we'll follow back up with you next week just to make sure that we conclude this part of the story.
That's what I want for my birthday. I want David versus Swan on High Proof Hot Takes.
Okay, there we go. So next Friday at about 1:30 in the afternoon, mark your calendars, buy your tickets. We're gonna settle this beef, WWE style.
If I got to pay for the show, I might have to back out, too.
Well, not you necessarily. I'm really talking to the listener.
Yeah.
Okay.
David, I hope you're well, buddy. I just had to give you a little call real quick. And
All good. All good. Cheers, buddy.
Later.
You interrupted his special time. What?
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh yeah, I'm down for that.
He was expecting Swan to actually.
I know. He was hot. He was fired up.
I told him yesterday too. Like I'll call you around 1:30.
He was fired.
He was
up,
ready to
go.
Man. He was absolutely ready to go. Anyway, well, moving on. Do you have any high proof hot takes this week?
Not really. I mean, I saw some posts where people were doing stupid stuff because they didn't like bourbon and pouring it in the sinks and mixing it. I don't know. Like, I'm just over that. Like, it's just not like, it's not funny. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a drain pour. I'm going to take a video of myself pouring it in the drain. It's not funny, though.
So there's one time that I would feel like that was appropriate. And I don't know how specific I want to get here. But people were drain pouring or just pouring out in general bottles of a specific product because the founder of said product had a pretty big controversy going on, which has since just disappeared all of a sudden,
I know what
I
you're talking
guess.
about.
Yeah. Not really sure why that has happened, but anyway.
I don't know. My hot take is, dogs are pissed.
Let me go see what's going on real quick.
Shit. What is going on? Ooh, a package.
A little late breaking mail delivery.
Oh, that's what it was. Had to sign for it.
There's liquid in here.
Oh, boy. And it's not seeping out, so.
It's from Barrel.
Oh, I bet I know what that is. New barrel batch.
Oh, maybe.
What, 30-something?
33?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's Stellum Equinox.
Oh.
Why does this thing smell like pizza?
Is there a pizza in there?
Oh, wait, doesn't it smell like? Can you smell that?
Pepperonis.
It smells like pizza.
Dang, they put a piece of pizza in there?
I wish.
Pair this up.
4 days old pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah, we got the rye and the bourbon.
That's awesome. Well, we got more stuff to review.
Man, what a good week for Whiskey Mail. What were we talking about? Don't drain pour.
Don't drain pour. Don't do stupid stuff for Facebook group likes. I mean, that's like what's that going to get you? What's a Facebook group like viral post going to get you? Absolutely shit. So that's all I'm saying.
That's nice. We don't normally get Whiskey Mail while we're in the middle of recording.
We do today.
But Selim Rye, Fibonacci number 1. Sorry, I love Bubba.
Sorry, I love it.
I need my Bubba Wrap moment. And the Equinox Bourbon.
Nice.
So, excited to get into that. But I guess more to come.
Yeah.
Soon. Tips and bits?
Tips and bits.
I got some stuff to recommend.
I got something to recommend.
Why don't you go first?
Prey on Hulu, which is a new Predator movie.
Yeah.
It's absolute treasure. It's a treasure.
You're going to say trash!
I know, I was trying to trick you. No, I loved it so much. Like, the last couple of, like, Predator things, like Alien vs. Predator and, like, The Predator have been trash. Absolute trash. Alien vs. Predator 1 was pretty good if you just
Insanity. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Predator 2. I love Predator 1. Predators is pretty good. This was great. This takes place in, I can't remember the year, but it's an Indian tribe. Mm-hmm. So the Predator comes down there and he's found this Indian tribe and he's going to hunt them, right? And it revolves around this girl and her dog, and they take on this Predator, and he looks freaking badass. Story's great. Everything about it is good. Just didn't last too long, just the right amount of time. I love this. I think if you like the Predator franchise, Aliens, whatever, you're going to enjoy this. And it's on Hulu, so you don't have to go to the theater if you don't have a chance.
There you go.
So,
I want to, just because we got it all of a sudden, figure maybe we compare it to the Pursuit Rye, which we love so much. Wildly similar noses. Do you still have some of the Pursuit Rye?
No.
The only thing I think is a little bit different is the Stellum. Stellum goes a little bit more rye spicy, whereas the Pursuit United is a little bit more like cereal grains.
The noses are similar. I still get more gingerbread man on the nose of the Pursuit.
Yeah.
I would say if I was going to just do a quick comparison, the Stellum is more just an average, like, crushable rye. I don't really get that, like, special feeling. It's good. But when you put it up against this, like, it's like special versus just on the shelf.
Every time I go back to the Pursuit Rye, I love it more and more. Oh, that's so good.
When you can drink a rye and then drink another rye right after it, and the one you just drank completely erases everything, and it's not like a mix, or you're still getting, that's it. But no, this is good.
Man,
there's just something special about that Pursuit one.
We'll get to the reviews for the Stellums before too long, but dang, man, so good. So there's been a few things that I've really been enjoying listening to or watching over the past week or so, maybe a couple weeks. One is the return of one of my favorite podcasts of all time that is maybe the most niche podcast that I also listen to. It's called 25 Days.
Okay.
It's the three hosts from Ooh Spooky, which is another one of my favorite podcasts ever. Adam Knox, Peter Jones, and Luca Muller. They're Australian comedians. Surprise, surprise. Long-term listeners of the show. But they go over to Edinburgh, Scotland for the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which lasts for 25 days. They do a podcast every day.
Oh, shit.
While they're there. And it is so much fun listening to them just completely lose their minds after doing this for 25 straight days. And one of the best things about it was during 2020 and 2021, they basically pantomimed like they were actually there. Like they just recorded while they were still in Australia because they couldn't make it over and everything. Right. And the 2020, they just kind of were... It was insane because they did 2 different days of recording for about half of the festival each. And so by the end of it, they're like, yeah, whatever. Like they don't care as much. But now like they're actually there and they're doing it. And it's really, really funny. I mean, like even if you're not, it's just a really kind of fun inside look into what these comedians are doing throughout, something like this, some kind of festival like this. And they're funny. I mean, they're not just like reporting back, like they're riffing and they're having a good time. And
Australians are funny.
They really are.
Yeah.
They really, really are. But I've also been watching a lot of Defunct Land.
Oh, yeah?
On YouTube, which for anybody who doesn't know...
that before.
Have I?
I think so.
I'll say it again. Because I've been watching... I mean, like I started from the beginning and I've been watching all the way through. But it's this YouTube channel where this guy goes and looks at old rides and attractions from theme parks. And I truly think that his Disney stuff has been his best content. But just really fascinating hearing about things that went horribly wrong or, didn't work out at all for these theme parks and everything. But he's even got a couple of Kings Island videos too. One's on Son of the Beast.
Oh Lord!
And the
I
other's
still got whiplash from that ride.
The other's on the Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah,
that ride was fun.
I need to watch that.
I never went on it.
It was fun.
I from what everybody says, it sounds like it was fantastic. But the craziest part about it is that you didn't even know what you were getting into.
No, I didn't know. I didn't
beforehand.
Yeah.
And I don't like. So they lost the rights to Tomb Raider, like right before I started going to Kings Island. I didn't go until I started dating Lucy. So it was all just kind of a It was no skin off my nose to see that there were things that were not there anymore. But anyway, just the stories and the history of all these crazy rides. Really, really fascinating.
Yeah.
I really have been enjoying
check that out.
So, I mean, you can even just search Defunct Land, Kings Island, and stuff comes up. So I think they have a few videos on Kentucky Kingdom as well.
There's bad shit happened at Kentucky Kingdom.
I think one of them was the Green Lantern ride.
Yeah.
That was so horrible.
Oh, there was Chang. There was the Elevator, which had a horrible accident. Real bad. Yeah. Kentucky Kingdom, something else.
Yeah. Thank God it's under new management.
Yeah.
But, I think that's it for this episode.
I think so.
Yeah. Do you think so?
I think so.
All right.
We drink a lot.
I think that you should bring us home then.
Bring us home. If you want to help us keep our homes, go to patreon.com.
If you want to pay our mortgage.
/ My Bourbon Podcast for as little as $1 a month. You can support the show, and at $5, you get all the extra content, which includes uncut episodes, Sample Irresistible, Pours from the Floor, Last Call, and just all the big ass August shit going down.
Pre-game chats.
Chats. Forgot about that. If you want to send us a question or a comment, or you want to ask us to do something, you can go send us an email at thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. If you want to get some merch and apparel, bourbonshop.threadless.com, whiskeymutant.shopify.com. If you want to leave us a message on the barrel rings, which is a voicemail, 859-428-8253. I'm very excited because when I get done with all this, we're going to listen to one.
We can
apparently.
go ahead and listen to one if you want.
Just follow us on social media. At My Bourbon Pod, at PRitter1792, at Whiskey Mutant. All social media at Swan. Not at Swan. At Swan
TBF.
TBF. Swan, the Bourbon Finder. Swan TBF. You can follow him there. Go rate, leave a comment, anything on YouTube, which Perry goes live every Thursday at 8. And then just tell people about us.
Yeah.
Let me hear that.
You want to hear a little barrel ring?
I want to hear a bell ring.
Hey, yo, is this the barrel rings line? Is this the line that Eric keeps crying about that no one calls?
Fuck.
Is this it? Am I on it?
You're on
Am
it.
I going to be on the podcast?
Cowboy,
Can
you're
I be
on
your
it.
fourth co-host if I call in every single week?
Sure.
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, I just did.
Ha! That was my best Eric I think I've ever had. All right, boys. Hope you enjoy the show, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
That was the best Eric I've ever had. Is that what he said?
Do you have any idea who that was?
Was that Jansen?
No.
It sounded like Eric Jansen.
That was Bill.
Was it?
That was Bill Roper.
That was Bill doing an Eric Jansen impression. That's what he said. That's the best Eric I could ever do. That was Bill Robarge from Wisconsin doing an impression of Eric Cowboy Jansen.
That was pretty great. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you want to call in, I mean, you'll get like 5 seconds. If that counts as co-host, sure.
We've got a really long list of co-hosts. It's just people who have called in on the barrel rings line.
Sure, Bill. There you go.
Why not? There you go.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate that.
All right. Well, I think that does it this week.
Big ass August continues.
Thank you all so much for listening. I just what a wonderful time of year it's been. Just the most wonderful
time.
For sure. Next week, Eric's birthday episode. I can't wait for it. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, thank you for listening and watching. Yeah. Stay safe. Love each other. Be kind. All that stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see you real soon. Until then, I'm Perry.
I'm Eric.
And this is my Bourbon Podcast.